Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we're going to play with our friend Owlman. So just give me 1 second to set up things on my end. We should be there. Almost there. I probably should be playing the Christmas seasonal with my Multiverse character in order to be able to get Holy Leaves as much as possible, but what can you do? I'm not sure why YouTube is not cooperating today. Just give me one more second. Let's try again. Sometimes that kind of stuff happens. What can you do? So take 2. Let's try again. Go here. Sorry about the delay. Somehow YouTube is not being friendly with me today. It happens. And somehow basically I need to adjust a few settings on my end, and it doesn't seem to want to let me. Hello Amber, hello Trevor. So hope you guys, okay, there, it finally worked. Not sure why the YouTube really did not want to save my settings at first. It happens. There we go. So today we're going to play with our friend Owlman. As you can see, sadly our friend Owlman is only level 23. So we're still going to have a long road ahead of us in order to be able to level up our little friend Owlman. And also, I probably should have done a few things before I started playing, but now, well, we'll do it right now. So basically, as you can see, our little friend gets a little... No, that's not the one. Oh, we're not there yet. Are we good? Probably should have tweaked my look a bit, but we'll do that later. So I guess we're going to go fight... Oh, let's see, Bad Medicine. Let's go see Giganta. So we're gonna have to go to Metropolis. And let's go to... let's go to little... No, I think we're there. Didn't realize we're probably already in the right place. Hello, Signature Eye. So hope you guys went and got your Christmas gift today. Nothing like the feeling of flying through Metropolis. Yeah, we're not really flying, but you get what I mean. So let's see.
The Amazons have defied me, their rightful goddess, to follow Wonder Woman. As punishment, I have kidnapped Wonder Girl and given her to...
I think once we gather all 12 collections, we're going to get a free aura. Don't quote me on that. I could have sworn I read somewhere that that's what we were getting, but... So I think there will be an aura, but I can't guarantee it. I recall reading something about a new god's aura, but I couldn't. When I tried to look again for that information, I just couldn't find it anymore. Nothing really happens. If you miss one day of Christmas, whatever you miss, you can get from the Christmas vendor in the Watchtower or in the Hall of Doom. So if you miss something, one of the gifts, just go to the Hall of Doom or the Watchtower, and you're going to be able to get, well, you're going to be able to get the collection. For the gifts, usually the gifts are like holy leaves or marks. So if you miss those, that's not a big deal. And if you miss, what you really don't want to miss is the collections. And if you miss the collections, you can get those in the winter seasonal. You can even get them on the broker. People have been selling those on the broker for some reason. So if you miss one day, it's not a big deal. You should be able to get what you missed from the vendor. Yeah, it would be fun if it glided like Batman Beyond, but what can you do? I don't think they would change the gliding action, but if they were ever to do something, I guess they would do something like create maybe a new movement mode like skipping, like skimming, like basically flying as flying and skimming. They could make an acrobat and a Batman Beyond flying alternative. I guess someone should go to the forums and suggest that to the devs. Although odds are if they added such a thing, it would be like in a time capsule or something, and I can already hear the people complaining about that. So let's see what new boots we got.
Anyone who refuses to serve me is dumber than a beast.
And someone suggested what could be a fun idea. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it off. So expect maybe something special in the future. But it's really not the kind of thing that I do, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to successfully make it. And also about changing the gliding action. What about all those who love to glide like this? Like, do you take it away from them? So ideally, if I wouldn't change the gliding action, but I would add an alternate gliding option, like we have with skimming, as I said.
That ambrosial elixir releases the beast within. The more beautiful the soul.
But yeah, having a gliding like Batman Beyond, that could be a fun idea.
What is this vile concoction? Oh. No!
I probably should have taken the Christmas seasonal mission too. Next time. Next time I go to the Hall of Doom, I'll make sure to take the mission.
It is not uncommon for them to receive symbols of their conquests onto tusks on fangs.
Will resist you.
Oh yeah, level 24. So some of you have been asking for more Owlman videos, so I hope this will do for now. Obviously, I cannot give the Owlman style to our little friend just yet, but I'll see what I can do about trying to give him an approximation of the Owlman style. But to truly be able to give him the Owlman gear, that's gonna have to wait until the character is combat rating 207. It's sad, but what can you do?
Have fun storming the castle.
My bestiamorphs have erected Sisyphean stones outside the station to create a magical ward, but the Amazons have corrupted them. It's affecting Giganta's ritual inside. Stop the Amazons and destroy those stones.
I don't think they will update all the movement modes, but yeah, it would be nice to have more options. I wouldn't remove the options we have right now because what if there are people who actually like those options? But yeah, having more options would always be better. If I could do the history of Batman Beyond, absolutely. I'm gonna have to add this to my to-do list. I got a bit lucky, I wasn't really paying attention. Here there's the evil enchanted statue. I'm not going to go too close to him. Hello, Spider Boy.
This fang could aid the Sentinels of Magic's restorative incantations.
After a while, you don't even think about the combos anymore. They just happen. I guess it's muscle memory. And I don't remember it for all the weapons. You'll notice sometimes if I've been a long time without playing DC Universe Online, it'll take me a few minutes to get back into how to use the various combos. But there are some weapons that I've used so much that it's very easy to get back into those combos. The weapon I use the most is most likely end blasters. For end blasters, I don't even think about the combos anymore. It just happens. Martial arts, I've used it quite a bit too, so that's probably also a bit why. But if I was to play rifle, I didn't play the rifle very often. So if I was to play the rifle, I would probably struggle with the combos at least a little bit. But there are weapons that I've used quite a lot. Martial arts, brawling, the shield. So I wouldn't say I know all the combos, but I know most of them. But that's from playing for... I've been playing for like 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. And I played a lot of different characters. So I pretty much played all the weapons. Again, the weapon I probably played the least was the rifle. And the staff. I barely played the staff. I thought so. 24? I'm 25. I'm actually much older than that. Which is why I can do something like the history of Batman Beyond. I was there when it was first created. I saw all the history of the character unfold under my very own eyes. But I probably could do not just the history of Batman Beyond, I probably could do the history of a whole bunch of characters. I do have what you would call, I guess, an encyclopedic knowledge of comics, of movies, of films, of even books, and to a certain extent. So I could make videos about the history of a lot of DC characters, or even a lot of comic characters, period. But sadly, in real life, not a skill that is very useful, unless you work maybe in a comic store. Or unless you make DC Universe Online videos. Do I still need... Oh, I need one more stone. That should do it. So let's complete that.
That gigantic greedy fool! She is toying with my ritual, hoping to gain more power. She will only succeed in giving Wonder Girl more of her own. You must salvage this situation. We cannot give the Amazons yet another weapon against us.
So as I was saying, I have quite a few videos in the pipeline, so we should have some fun stuff before long. Although there's one or two videos that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull off for reasons. Some videos are much easier to make than others. Making a Batman video is very easy because there's a lot of Batman style to use in DC Universe Online.
The Amazons have orbs of truth to give them strength in battle.
And also, even if you don't use actual Batman styles, you can use even other styles to create alternate versions of Batman. So there's a lot of material to easily make Batman videos. And of course, Batman has a rich history. So talking about Batman and its history and all the various characters that Batman interacted with. Making videos, let's say, with Batman, there's a lot of opportunity to be able to do that properly. But there are other videos that are much more difficult to pull off. So sometimes I'll do the easier video and I'll keep the harder video for later, hoping that sometimes just waiting things happen. Like this Universe Online, as you guys know, changes all the time. It's pretty much a living, breathing entity that evolves as time goes by. So sometimes as more styles gets added to the game, something that used to be difficult, not so difficult. Also, I'm not sure why sometimes YouTube blocks certain messages. Like I can see I have a message here by Spider-Boy. So I'll just finish this here and I'll get back to our friend Spider-Boy in just a second. So let's see. Our friend Spider-Boy wants us to add him to our friend list. So let's see if we can do that. Oh yeah, Speedrunner has been added. And let's see the other one. Atomic 422. Oh yeah. So I'm not sure why sometimes YouTube will hide or block a few messages. I guess I would have to look into... maybe there's some settings that I'm not aware of. Quite possible. I thought that would make you happy. Let's defeat that little evil bad guy, and we'll get back to... Oh yeah. And there's something also I'm seeing more and more in game. I'm not sure why exactly. Like we have people who will spam just the one power. Not sure exactly why they do that. You have like a billion different powers. So I would suggest maybe using more of them. I can understand sometimes there's power interactions or something like that, but I don't think that really works. Of course, that's an evil villain. That's the evil Owlman. Like you can see the evilness on his emblem. It's okay, yeah, Spider Boy, it happens. Hello, Wolf Bay Mods. So if I meet you, Spider Boy, watch out. The evil Owlman will try to defeat you. Unless your combat rating to 100, then you'll probably defeat the poor evil Owlman. Oh, we got a new ring. I'm not sure if I have rings with him. Could always use one more. Oh yeah, and we get... let's go for our new gear. Why not? Hello, Video Central. So let's stick with the controller gear. I'm being a bit careful because sometimes the controller is on top, sometimes it's at the bottom. And there are times when I got the wrong gear by accident. Oh, I'm a bit surprised. Oh yeah, at 153 you'll beat the snot out of my poor Owlman. I guess we're not going to use that one. That's okay. If you ever want to see what you missed, the video will be... once I'm done with the live stream, YouTube processes the video, and the video remains on YouTube for all eternity. So that should do it for now. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if... oh yeah. Wasn't sure if we still had the XP boost. Well, it seems we still do. Oh, forgot that one. Oh yeah. Oh. Too quick, too quick. Poor Amazons, they're no match for my hordes of bestiomorphs.
Hopefully each recovered artifact will aid in reversing Snowflake's attack.
As you can see, there's a little treasure chest hidden in the corner. And even the Amazon was hiding. She was scared of the evil Owlman. Let's see, I think we got something. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to open that just yet. I'm still going to get some plenty of gear. So, oh well. Could have sworn we got a nice little reward. My mistake.
Excellent! A witness to the glorious moment when Giganta becomes a goddess!
Ugh!
Something's wrong! My powers are slipping away! No!
Sorry, Giganta. Stealing the power of Olympus isn't something the gods take lightly. Of course, you screwing up Circe's spell didn't help either.
So today my character is not Owlman, he's Pinball Man. He was bitten by a radioactive pinball machine, and now he has pinball powers.
Whatever, take your powers. I don't need them to defeat you. Besides, it's much easier to kick your giant butt when you're this size.
You can't handle this. I will pummel you.
Almost there, almost there. Don't you mean you're Spider-Man? How can you be Iron Man if you're Peter Parker? Although they did try very hard to change
Complain about finding
Peter Parker and turn him into pretty much Tony Stark Jr. So yeah, I can see how
comes back with the
you could be confused. Oh, skippy skip. Let's go for
incantation on
the...
this game was dark magic indeed.
Decisions. Let's go for the shoulders. You're Spider-Man. You say so at the end of the first Spider-Man film. Like when you ask, "Who am I?" and then you go, "I'm Spider-Man," and then you swing from building to building. It was awesome. I really enjoyed that film quite a lot. It's okay. You're allowed to be confused. Let's break a barrel or two because why not? We're here. Oh yes, you did.
foolish little Amazons.
It's still a pretty good film. It's not the best, though the best has to be Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus, but the first one was pretty darn good. And I'll always remember when I first saw the trailer in the theaters. I went to see a Final Fantasy: The Spirit Within or something like that, and there you had the Spider-Man trailer. But at the time, I had never seen the trailer before. I didn't even know what that trailer was. It starts with like the bank robbery, and you wonder like, okay, what is this going to be, like Speed 3 or something, or a new I don't know, Lethal Weapon. But then it turns Dr. Octopus. But then the trailer turns into something else. Like at the end, you see the chopper stuck, and then as the camera pulls back, and you see the huge web between the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers, I should say. That was a great reveal. And then after that on YouTube, I must have watched that video 1,000 times. It was pretty awesome. It was a great surprise because it was totally unexpected.
LexCorp's agent Respect has an urgent job for you at the little Bohemian nightclub. Do you think they choose their code names or pull them out of a hat? If you find out, let me know.
Well, let's go see Agent Respect, and we'll take some time to... Actually, let's go to the Hall of Doom first. You like The Amazing Spider-Man 1? Now I'm very disappointed. I hated that film. Oh, hated is a bit too strong. When I saw it in theaters, holy crap, I didn't like it very much. I was very bored. And I didn't like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, or even as Peter Parker. I know a lot of people seems to enjoy him. I wasn't one of those. And later on at work, basically at work we had like a bank of films we could watch while we were working if we wanted to. And someone had brought The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man 1. And one late night, as I was working late, as was too often the case at that time, I decided, let's watch it while I was working. And after 10 minutes, I had to switch it off. I couldn't do it. Amazing Spider-Man 2 had a whole bunch of other problems. It was very uneven as a film. Not just even as a Spider-Man film, just a film, period. And the bait and switch with like the Rhino, that bait and switch may be the wrong word. But the Rhino that was there just like 2 scenes, and the second scene is there just like for, I don't know, 30 seconds in the end. That was really disappointing. And Amazing Spider-Man 2, I almost was tempted to go see it in the theater. Almost. But I decided against it. And when I finally managed to see it, I was very happy that I didn't go see that in the theater. I would have been really unhappy if I had done so. Homecoming was fun, but it was... Homecoming, sadly, I tried watching it again. I watched it, I don't know. I watched it twice in theater, and then I watched it maybe twice afterwards. And it was a bit... it was hard. There's no rewatch value, if it makes any sense. When I tried to rewatch it again, I just couldn't do it. It's too much like a movie from the Disney Channel, if it makes sense. There's really very little stakes and very little struggle. one of the things that makes Peter Parker is that he has a lot of struggle to overcome. And at first, you would think that, oh well, once he get his spider powers, you would think that, oh, with his spider powers, that will help him, that will solve his problems. But no, it actually adds to it. But here we had a pretty much asepticized Peter Parker. He didn't really have much in terms of problems. His biggest problem was Flash Thompson, the bully, and it was probably the worst bully I've ever seen. Like, what was he bullying about? Anyway, overall it wasn't bad, but there was quite a few things missing from that film in order to make it a pretty good, a great film. Yeah, the suit was perfect. That I have to give it that. For Amazing Spider-Man 2, finally we got probably the best suit we've seen on screen so far. Even better than the one we have in Homecoming. Let's do a little bit of this here. For the Superman emblem, I think I missed a... Derek Scott, why do you think we're going to get the Superman emblem back? I don't think we're going to get the Superman emblem back, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got a new Superman emblem. So if we do get something, I believe it's going to be a new Superman emblem, not the BVS emblem we had before. For the BVS emblem, whether Superman or even Batman, I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed. We're not going to see the BVS emblems again. I didn't like that. And he wasn't much of a rival. He was whenever he would try to make fun of the one time he was able to really make fun of Peter Parker and was at the party, and even then, no one they really did seem to care very much if he really knew Spider-Man or not. And as for the bullying, like he was bullying Parker because he was a nerd, but Flash was a nerd as well. So it was like I'm sure you've seen that in conventions. Sometimes you'll see a guy dressed as a Star Wars character, and you'll see another guy dressed as a Star Trek character, and they'll both make fun of each other. Like the Star Wars character will make fun of the Star Trek character, saying, "Ah, look at how that guy looks stupid," forgetting that he also is wearing a pretty stupid costume when you come to think of it. So it was like seeing a Star Wars fan making fun of a Star Trek fan, where they're pretty much all doing the same thing. How many emblems do I have? A lot. I never really counted them, but I have pages and pages of emblems. I had made a video with all my emblems at some point, but that was a while ago, so I probably have a lot more now. I guess I could try and see maybe to make an updated video about that.
We'll be sure to let Mr. Luther know you helped secure his goods. You've got to get Luther's exabytes clear before we're overrun.
Well, the biggest issue is that they pretty much got rid of any challenges that Peter Parker might have to overcome. So he doesn't really, the stakes aren't very high in the end when you think about it. You got the Cyborg Superman suit? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean exactly. You can recreate something that somewhat looks like Cyborg Superman. How much is the speed with flight? Honestly, I have no idea.
Get over here and help us with pest control so we can get Luther's exabytes out of here.
Yeah, a great Spider-Man story pretty much has to be both a Spider-Man story and a Peter Parker story. Hello, Costas.
I hate it.
The Sinestro gloves looks kind of neat.
Slave minions of a crazy alien bug lady. Queen Bee uses Hypnopon to link all those guys directly to her mind.
So I think we might be done here. Let's see.
Don't inhale.
Oh yeah.
The Hive is stockpiling my exobytes at their makeshift base inside the Metrodome. If that overbearing insect, Queen Bee, thinks she can steal from Lex Luthor, she is sadly mistaken. Take out their hypno-pollen dispensers and mark my exobyte canisters for retrieval.
You see people speed and fly at the same time? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Just give me a second. I'll try to figure out what you mean. Basically, I'm able to do that with I have my multiverse character. He can fly, he can have super speed, and he can have acrobatics. But that's because I have the flash boots, or the speed boots, I should say. I have the speed boots, I have the acrobat gloves. So it allows me to switch movements like that. But it's because of certain items that I got from the vault. Basically, it's items you can get from the vault, and they allow you to change your movement while you wear those items. I have a video or two about that if you really want a better example. Oh. Ah, you can do it. Light doesn't mean you have to fly. Like basically, you choose one movement mode, you choose one weapon, and you choose one power. You can choose light power and not choose flight. You can choose light power and you can choose super speed if you want to. There's nothing requiring you. I know that in the comics, Green Lanterns usually fly, but in DC Universe Online, they didn't do that. They made it so that you actually can choose your movement mode. And no matter what power you use, you can have pretty much any of the 3 movement modes. Or actually 4 if you count skimming. So just as you could have a character that has super speed that has Green Lantern powers, just as you could have a character with lightning that has acrobatic abilities or that has flight. Hello, Joker.
Make your way to the roof of the Metrodome.
In the vault, there is something called the speed boots, but it's a really rare items. The odds of getting that item are very, very slim. If you get it, you're going to be really lucky. But with the speed boots, yeah, you could switch to speed. Like your character could be a flying character, and using the speed boots, you could switch to speed if you wanted to. My favorite Spider-Man cartoon, it has to be Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I loved that cartoon as a kid. Well, you can't really do both. You have to make a choice. If you go at super speed, you got super speed. If you want to go with flight, you go with flight. But again, as I mentioned, there's a few items that allow you to switch between the various movements. That one was, I understand why you may have loved it, but I've been working in animation for a long time. And at the time when Spider-Man the Animated Series was playing, it was pretty much the example we were using to not make animation. My favorite DC villain? Oh, it has to be Darkseid. Darkseid is. That was my impersonation of Darkseid. But there's a lot of great villains. But also it depends. Also it depends on the incarnation. Like there are some characters that are better in live action than they are in the comics, or vice versa, or in animation. Like in the Justice League cartoon had a lot of great DC villains. And they were even able to improve some of the DC villains. Like there were some villains that I remember thinking, Solomon Grundy was a bit lame at some point. But then we saw the incarnation in Justice League, and holy crap, was he awesome! They used him almost as a substitute for the Hulk. They pretty much made like their own version of the Defenders, and you had Doctor Fate that was pretty much replacing Doctor Strange. You had Hawkgirl, who was pretty much Hawkman, and you had Solomon Grundy, who was pretty much the Hulk. And later on, they even added Amazo, who was the Silver Surfer. It was 10 kinds of awesome. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, try to vault if you really want to get the boots and change movement modes, but you're gonna have to play it really a lot. Like it could happen that you run the vault for 2 years and still don't have the boots. Thinking of the vault, well, let's give it a try. If I get the boots, I won't give it to you because we cannot give items from the vault, but I'll think about you. There's a few rare items you can get from the vault, but in some cases they're so rare that the odds of getting them are very slim. And even worse, if you have multiple characters like I do, and if you run the vault with many characters, the odds of getting the rare items on the character that you want the rare items with, you would have more chances to win the lottery. And also with some items, I may be a bit paranoid, but I'm starting to think that either they lowered the drop rate of some items, or since they've added a whole bunch of items to this to the vault, that diluted the loot table so that it made the rare items even more rare. Anyway, either way, the rare items seems to be a lot more rare than they used to be. I'm not sure if it's to encourage people to run the vault more, to purchase more vault tickets, but anyway. So let's see what we got. Now let's consume that. Let's consume that. Not too bad. But as you see, we didn't really get much. Although there's the Nth Metal. I would be tempted to use the Nth Metal for my artifact, but I think I'll save it for the new artifacts we'll have in January. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the chat for a second. I think I may have missed something. I love that quote. Why do low levels love to fight higher levels? I don't think they love to, but basically there's a feat just for the amount of duels you actually participate in. You don't even need to win; you just need to participate. So if you do, let's say, 100 duels, then you will get a feat. So it doesn't matter if you go against a guy and win, or if you go against a high level player and lose. If you run like 100 duels, I'm not sure what the maximum is, but let's say if you run there are feats for just running duos. So ideally you want to run duos against as many people as you want. If they're high level or not, doesn't really matter. But of course, if you're looking to win the duels, then yeah, going against a high level would be a bad thing. Are you playing on a European server or Xbox? I'm playing on the US PS4 right now. So if you're in Europe, yeah, I don't exist there. Or if you're on Xbox, I don't exist there either.
You're mean.
Yeah, I'm playing on the US server, so I'm sorry you won't be able to send me messages. I could have sworn we had other missions here. My mistake. I haven't encountered a speed glitch very often, so I guess either I'm fortunate or...
Luther sent us in to sabotage the hive, but the blasted science police took us out.
And there's a few hints to tell you if the guy is actually speed glitching, speed hacking. But sometimes I've seen people accuse other players of speed hacking when they just didn't they just weren't very good. So I'm always a bit careful when people are mentioning stuff like speed hacking. The Jolly Aura? Let's go check.
No, don't take that. To take my money.
The Jolly Aura, if I remember, it's one of the auras you can get for the Christmas seasonal. Come on, come on. There it is. It's pretty much a whole bunch of candy canes and holy leaves that floats around your character. It's 270 market cash, as you can see. And there's the Snowflake Aura that looks kind of neat. I was almost tempted to get it, but I held myself. I decided not to. I think the odds of getting the auras are very slim. Usually with seasonals, if I want the aura, I just buy it. Like I've done that with a few auras so far, like the ghost auras, and I'm forgetting another one. So if the aura is in the marketplace, I usually will just buy it. If you buy it, it unlocks it for all your characters. So after that, you don't have to worry about it ever again. And the odds of the aura dropping for the character that you want to use the aura with, very slim. At least from my experience. I think I have a few. Like you can see, the Ghost Aura, I purchased that during Halloween. And the same with the Rainbow Aura. Was it Halloween or last spring? I forget. But if once you purchase it, then you have it forever. The Seafoam Aura is the free aura we got last summer. I didn't purchase that many aura since I've started playing this universe online. Is Firepower that bad? I thought when I play fire, I usually do well enough.
Thank you. Please make sure to tell Mr.
Oh yeah, even when they sadly in PvP players will talk trash all the time. If you win, they'll talk trash and say you cheated. And if you lose, they'll talk trash and say you're a scrub. So either way, they will talk trash to you. Win or lose, they will talk trash to you. I wouldn't say I don't like PvP, but I guess I don't like the PvP players. But the PvP itself is fine. I feel I forgot something here. I guess not. I guess I play this mission too often as a hero. Probably misremembering it. I failed to see the point of scrimmage. I never really used it. The few times I used it wasn't even to do scrimmage. It was just to show a thing or two to some of my friends.
But for now, show Queen Bee that crossing Lex Luthor is a very bad idea.
Hive mind transmission. Target acquired.
Should be okay. Well, thanks for the offer. Who knows, maybe we'll get a token to raise our CR to 200 for Christmas. Who knows? I'm just speculating. I'm not saying there's going to be a token. But was it last year? Last year they gave us some free token to raise our combat rating to 100. But I'm a bit surprised seeing how they do have tokens to raise your combat rating to 100. I'm surprised that they don't have tokens to raise your combat rating to 200 already. You want something for being my favorite Spider-Man? I don't think so. I'm not sure if the Christmas tree is for members or not. I've seen people who somehow could not get the gifts from the Christmas tree. So is it just for members? I have to admit, I have no idea. I'm a member, so it works for me. Oh yeah, my favorite Barry Allen, that's different. If you're my favorite Barry Allen, I'll give you 5 flash emblems. You have to be a member of Premium? You see, I didn't know that. I thought the Christmas tree would be for everyone, but I can see how they would make it only for members to encourage people to support the game a bit. Like, why would you want to give gifts to people who already play for free, I suppose? So I can see how it's probably just for members. Or for for members or premium players. The blue aura? It shouldn't be that expensive on the broker. The Avengers Infinity War was pretty cool. It wasn't as cool as it could have been. I'm not sure how to exactly explain that, but it was cool.
Overriding directive. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac. Bring the exobytes to Brainiac.
Bring the exobytes to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Destroy the intruder!
Oh, that's someone I love, friend. I never use it. Poor little guy. Oh, thank you, Azar. Well, it's 5 for you, Peter Parker, but across the world, it's not the same for everyone.
From many, one.
103 isn't late. I'll wait for that. So, sometimes we go as far as 3 hours for some videos. But I don't think we'll do that today. There's quite a few things I need to do, and I guess I would like to make 1 or 2 other videos later tonight. We'll see how it works. Oh, that's what I was looking for. That's what I thought. Oh.
Hive mind transmission. The Queen commands us.
Well, leaving groups without telling... oh, I guess I forgot one. Leaving groups without telling is not that big an issue in a sense that it depends when it happens. Obviously, if you leave like halfway through the mission, it's not so nice. But once the mission is over, it's not rare that I'll see people who just leave without saying a word. Usually I'll try to give a little thumbs up or a little bow or something as a little thank you to the people who played the mission with me, especially if they did a good job. If they did a good job, I'll give them a bow and a thumbs up. But you don't have to. But sadly, courtesy has been going down, I guess, in DC Universe Online in the past few years. More and more as time goes by, there's less and less people who actually will give you a thumbs up or give you a bow or give you a little wave or something to let you know, good job, guys, or it was fun playing that mission. The people just rush through the content and they don't seem to care much about other players. Yeah, but some bosses sometimes you can do fine against them solo. Like I remember in the Knight's Dome. In the Knight's Dome, it was almost easier to play the mission solo than to play it with another player.
So you fried the hive. I love me some bug barbecue. Hey, so long as you're here, if you ain't using all your power, I could eat.
I live just a bit north of the United States, in a place called Canada, and right now here it's 6:10.
We need those patients back, and the press kept out. I'll give you a special encasement device to use. Think you can handle it?
So that's probably a new weapon. Oh yeah. It'll be good for the style, if nothing else.
Good, you're on the job. It seems patients at my metahuman wing at Metropolis General Hospital are resisting Dr. Psycho's experimental treatment. But work on the metahuman brain is at a crucial stage. I don't need this interruption.
I'm not sure why you say PvP player cheats because you have PvE. You can pretty much fight other players with any gear. It's only in arena, even in arena. Like if you go in arena with PvE gear, the game will pretty much raise your combat rating so that you can be a match with the player that you're fighting. So you can fight players with PvE or PvP gear. Personally, I suggest use the best gear you have. It depends. Where are you in PvE? Are you in... if you go into an instance, it will shut the PvP gear off. But if you're just in the open world, you can use PvE or PvP gear. Doesn't really matter. And thinking of that, let's go back to our base. Oh, okay, so it's for everyone. That's what I thought, but there's people who seems to have problems getting their gifts from the Christmas tree. And it's always hard to tell if is it because of a bug, is it because they're not a member. Oh, and in case you didn't see, I'm starting to decorate my little Owlman base a little bit. Not sure if I got the chance to show it off just yet. Now I just need a big version of that statue for my evil villain lair. And of course the evil Owlman signal. Oh yeah, I should make a video about that. I guess I'll do that tonight. And as you can see, I got a few Owlman emblems. Some go on the ceiling, some go on the walls. But it's all good. Some good Owlman goodness. I'll actually first... let's do this. Oh yeah. Didn't realize I didn't assign points here. Well, I guess I'll do that. So while I reimprint my armories and I reassign my skill point, I guess that's going to be it. I'll probably make one or two more videos tonight if I get the chance. I do have quite a few videos in the pipeline, so at some point I should be able to produce a whole bunch of them at once. I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, the all signal looks awesome. The all signal itself, and even the signal that you can actually put up. Bye, Custis. So I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. So expect maybe one or two other videos tonight. Otherwise, it'll be tomorrow at 5. I'm not sure what we'll do tomorrow. I'll try to think of something special. And that's going to be it, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.